Hi everyone, Corinne Earl here. So I just had a few people on Facebook ask about the 5 a.m. club and a little bit of background on, how I started and what exactly it is I do. So I thought, why not make a video about it? I'll actually do two. So the first one will just be a bit of my why in more detail, and then the second one will be sort of like a run through of my days. This way, you don't have to commit to such a long video if you don't want to. All right, so first off, the reason I started, I think I was like November, December of 2012, and I was back at work full time as a teacher, and I had a toddler, and I was pregnant for my youngest, and so it was like a really busy time, and I was totally unhappy, like unsatisfied maybe. And it just felt like a lot, and something had to give because since I had started back in September, it'd been a few months, and I just still hadn't had my groove, and I was not happy, and that bothered me because I liked teaching before, and I liked everything, like prior to motherhood. I had talked about that a little earlier. How I had a bit of a hard time starting with motherhood, but anyway, it's another video. um, and so I thought, okay, something's really got to give. So I had heard a lot about the 5 a.m. club. You read a lot of books, you hear about it here and there. And it was really, believe it or not, I was watching, it was like 9:30 at night, and I was watching Teen Mom, if you remember that show, it might still be on. And I'm like, eating chips, feeling bad about myself. And I thought, what are you doing? Like, you got to change something. This is not how you want to unwind at the end of a busy day. Watching TV that I wasn't resonating with this. Like, I was discouraged watching this. And, plus I'm not doing anything good for myself. I'm having chips. I couldn't have one because I was pregnant, like, which I sometimes like to have before bed. Um, but I was allowed to have coffee in the morning. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna give this a try. I'll wake up early. I will see how it goes. So starting January 1st that year, I did, and the first thing I did was pick my a book to read, and it was Who Will Cry When You Die by Robin Sharma, who is amazing. And I had read some of his stuff before, but that book was awesome. Highly recommend it. And that's how it all started. And I would just take that hour to relax and to not worry about kids. And it was all me time. And it was kind of hard getting out of bed right away, but other than that, it was easy. And did you and so, like, it was easy because finally I can just do something without a kid wanting to be in my arms right away or whatever it is. And so I love that. And like every once in a while, maybe my mom would wake up, not often. I would send to him or Derek or whatever, my husband. But it wasn't like I had to wake up. I woke up every morning from a crying baby and from him being in my arms when my arms started away. I couldn't even brush my teeth alone because he needed me right away. And that's how I was starting my mornings before, and I didn't like that. I was feeling resentment towards him and towards Derek for not doing, not going to get him or whatever. Whose turn is it? One of these deals. And really, it just came down to not taking the proper time out for myself. And that's what the 5 a.m. club has allowed me to do. I now take time, start my days for myself, and I'm taking care of me first. And then that's through the personal development reading. I love that stuff. I didn't realize I would have liked it so much, but I do. And then also exercising. Like I was doing that way before I was coaching. Well, whatever. I started the 5 a.m. club like maybe a year and a half before I started coaching. So it was wonderful. I loved it, and I just kept going. Even when my baby was born, like at first, like seriously, she was like less than 2 months old, and I made a point of waking up every single morning at 5 a.m. and I would just practice gratitude for a bit. Sometimes I go back to bed and sleep for another 3 hours, but I just would get up at 5 anyway for at least a little bit. So that's a bit of my background story, and my next video I'll share a little more of what I do every morning. Okay, thanks for watching.